Hello my amazing Yamaguchi community, today we're checking out this figure from Revoltech, amazing Yamaguchi obviously, the Garou from the One Punch Man series, and I might say this, but he might be one of the best figures of this year. So let's check him out, let's see if he's worth buying, if he's any good quality, any quality control issues, I don't know. So let's begin. Oh shoot. First of all, I want to show you the box that he comes with. Again, it has your regular shots of the figure. I don't like these new boxes Revoltech uses right now, because the ones they used in the past are the ones that were the most beautiful boxes they used. And yeah, regular shots of the figure on the back, on the sides, and yeah, that's it. Now for the figure itself, we have such an amazing figure. He looks really well done compared to the manga and anime. I don't know which one you see, but for me it's like the exact same character itself, you know. Maybe some issues with it are his shoulders that they are showing, and it looks weird because he's just wearing a t-shirt, a long t-shirt, and yeah, the Yamaguchi sculpts based like a robot basically, and his shoulders may look weird, and the shoulder blades too may look weird. Both of them I think are the weirdest parts. The legs are well done, and yeah, they look really good, the legs, and the upper part is the bad thing. And I think the worst part is his hair. His hair is spiky, and this may be difficult when using the mold or when trimming apart the hair itself, because mine had a lot of wrong cuts, and as you can see, like some issues in the hair. It's spiky, it's good, but it looks cheap, like cheap plastic. And as for the shoulders, this may be an issue for you guys, because you see the two ball joints connecting the shoulders. I don't have any trouble, because from afar it doesn't look bad, and when posing it doesn't look that bad, because these figures are mostly for posing. It's the posing Yamaguchi, you know. And the last part that I noticed is that his lumbar area or his abdomen area is the worst part. Is the worst part because, as you can see, it looks like he has spikes under his armpits, and that's disgusting. It doesn't look like a normal human physique. I didn't notice when posing it, obviously, but once I got like a detailed look on that area, his lumbar area, I think I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but you know what I'm saying. The abdomen area looks really bad, really bad. Okay, moving on to one of the best features of this figure, which I think are his accessories. He has the correct amount of faceplates and hands, maybe another pair of hands for grabbing weapons, because in the manga obviously he uses some weapons against the heroes that attacked him, and I gotta say that the effects are looking cool, but I would rather more, you know, more. First we're going to start showing the fist, which are your regular fist on all of the Yamaguchi figures, SH figures, all of them have fists, you know, they love fists. Some open, kind of relaxed hands. These are looking cool. I love how they look. They look cool for some poses. Some kind of, again, relaxed open hands. And these ones, I don't know what's the purpose of these ones, but they look like the ones Spider-Man has. I use these ones for grabbing the weapons, and one thing I don't understand is why Yamaguchi created this accessory pack of weapons, but they don't have too many figures that can hold these ones. I don't know why they did it. Some Chloe hands, again, they look cool for an action figure. I use this one for, again, a pose or for grabbing from a ledge, like some stuff like that, but they look cool. They're really cool. Some Italian hands because you know you want some Italian hands. I don't know. For faces we have a serious one looking to the front, a smirking one with some blood on his cheek looking to the left. You can see the sculpt on his forehead, looks really well done. An excited one, it's not screaming, it's excited. An angry face with some wide eyes that they like to do in the animes. And again, a smirking one, and a smirking one looking to the right. And this one doesn't make any sense. This is a bonus face which he's supposed to have some blood on his hair, but they don't include that piece either. So I don't know how does this one looks on the regular figure, but yeah, let me know what you guys think about this bonus face, because I don't find it that worth buying, you know. And as effects, we have the water stream style technique he uses from Silverfang, and they look really well done. They look really cool once you pose him with. They should have included more, you know. And one issue I noticed with these effects is that they try to connect the hand, or well, you connect the hand with the effect and try to use like a ball that rotates with the hand. And it's a great idea, it's a great implementation, but they missed that the ball piece is too stiff to move, and the hand is like a rubber hand. So once you try to move the hand, it will fall apart from the effect, and that is so bad. Here I applied some oil and tried to use a tool to move it, to demonstrate you guys, because it does move. You have to apply a lot of oil so it moves better. So I recommend you to be careful with this one, and yeah, just be careful with this one. I think that's the major issue with this effect. Now this is one of the best things I've seen on a figure in this year. The articulation he has, it's revolutionary. You can see how his head moves. It's one of the best head movements in the game, in the figure section and figure area. His neck rotates, his head rotates really well. It's a ball joint connected to the neck, so it's a masterpiece. You know, it's a masterpiece. The shoulders look weird when moving them up. Again, it's the Yamaguchi shoulder style. And for his arms, he has really good bicep movement on both arms. I haven't had any issue with his articulation generally speaking, because most of the figures, or the recent figures, have tight joints, but this one I didn't have any issue with it. And as for the arm, he has some weird system on his elbow, which makes the arm look curved rather than straight, you know. And yeah, this may bother some people. I think Chun-Li has the same issue, and when you flex his bicep, his elbow, it's going to look like that, as you see. And as the wrist movement is the basic wrist movement, I didn't have any trouble, other than sometimes the hands falling, but it's not annoying, you know. It's not annoying. You can see how the shoulders move. I think I didn't move the shoulder blades there, but the shoulder movement is really well done. And as for the shoulder blades, they look weird when flexing them to the front, but to the back it's not trouble, it's not too much trouble, so I think it's normal. And I think this is the main aspect of this figure, is the frontal ab crunch articulation system they created. They divided the abs in 3 areas between the chest area and the lower waist. They just decided to create a floating piece, and this one allows the figure to have more range when posing to the front or to the back, you know. Here you guys can see how it looks. It's a floating piece, as I said, and they decided, instead of doing a larger abdomen or like a larger six-pack, they just cut that in two pieces, and yeah, leave a floating piece right there, which this allows the figure to have an excellent range to the front. And I think they are going to implement this on the symbiote Spidey they released this month. Yeah, you can see how he can directly look at his penis without moving the neck, and that's I think that's hilarious. But yeah, it will leave a lot of gapping on the back due to the floating piece, because there's nothing fixed there to not show the gaps, you know. But I think it works really well, except when you bend him backwards. When you bend him backwards, you will have a lot of gaps to the front. But if you don't exploit that area, that range of articulation to the back, you can hide his gaps. So I think that's not that bad, and also there's not a lot of poses that requires you to bend him to the well, backwards, you know. Now, as for the legs, I think the articulation is pretty basic and well done. Again, it's your regular Yamaguchi legs, and what I love about this is that they got rid of the knee spikes, so that they are using normal knees, normal leg rotation, and the articulation is really well done. He also has some thigh rotation, which I forgot to include, and I don't want to record that again. And one issue, or one thing that I got really desperate with working with the legs, is that the legs have a weird spike on the thigh area, like the inner thigh area, and this piece always gets stuck with the floating I don't know, the floating butt cheeks. I don't know how to call this one, but again, you may have some issues with it, but the articulation on this figure is amazing and so easy to pose. The quality control, it was really good, really good. Now for the height comparison, he again, no surprise, he scales really good with your 112 figures like Saitama or Genos. He is 16.5 centimeters tall, or like 6.5 inches, including his hair. I didn't measure him, not including his hair, but he doesn't. Well, he looks really tall with that hair, you know. Because Saitama doesn't have any hair, and I have a Genos Yamaguchi, but yeah, he's bootleg. I didn't have. Sorry, it's too late. I'm really tired recording this video, but I'm doing this for you guys because I love my community as a content creator with my 43 subscribers at the moment. Yeah, you can see there the height comparison. Genos looks smaller compared to Garou, but compared to Saitama, he doesn't look that small. It's an optical illusion, you may say. I don't know. And yeah, I think he scales correctly. So I don't have any trouble with that. I do not care, honestly. I think Mr. Yamaguchi himself is doing such a pretty good job with this line. The Saitama figure was really good. The Genos figure, I don't have him, I just have the bootleg version. I will try to have the original, but from what I saw on the internet, the promotional pictures also, he looks pretty well done. I hope Boros, Silverfang, and Puri Puri Prisoner get to this level of quality. And talking about this figure, he looks really well done. The accessories are good, the faceplates are good, the articulation system, masterpiece. It's such a masterpiece, which this will revolutionize the Yamaguchi figures in the future. Just mark my words. And the worst part of this figure are his effects, which I already explained. They tried to do something intelligent, but they decided not be intelligent. I hope they fix this on the Silver Fang figure, because I think they have the same amount of accessories or the same effects. I don't know if they are different, but let's hope let's hope they do a pretty good job and maintain this quality with this figure. I didn't have any quality control issues. All of his articulation movements were smooth, and they were not that stiff, from which I remember. I hope they release super sound or sonic tatsumaki and fubuki and that metal bat hero. So yeah, and stay tuned for the next reviews. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and if you see this part until this part, I don't know, take care and I love you. Bye.